when I think about the kind of father I am today, I really have to credit my dad. He was strong, hardworking, and just deeply spiritual. Everything he did seemed to be, well, it always had this purpose.
I love that. But okay, so what did that look like day to day? Did he have these life lessons he'd just drop on you, or was it more just how he lived?
A little of both, actually. One moment that stayed with me forever was when he taught me how to fix my bike. I must have been, I don't know, maybe 10. The chain had come off and I was ready to just throw the whole thing away. But my dad, he didn't just fix it for me. He showed me how.
See, that's genius. My kids would have just been like, Mom, can you buy me a new one?
Exactly. I mean, he could have done that too, but he showed me how to get my hands dirty. He taught me how to use the tools, how to put the chain back. And the whole time he was talking about how, life isn't about replacing things when they're broken. It's about fixing them, working through the problems.
That's a lesson for life right there. Fix, don't replace. But okay, you've got to tell me, do your kids get that same lesson, or are we working with the Amazon Prime generation now?
Huh? I mean, Cameron and Brianna definitely have their moments, but I try to pass on those same values my dad taught me. It's a challenge sometimes. This world moves so fast, but I hope they see it. I hope they feel it.
Yeah, I think they do, whether they get it now or not. All right, but real quick, what's the biggest value you want them to leave your house with someday?
That's a big one. I think if nothing else, I want them to leave with integrity, to live their lives not just for themselves, but with others in mind. Responsibility, compassion. My dad showed me how those qualities can shape a life. I'm just doing my best to follow in those footsteps every day.
Wow. Okay, philosopher dad over here. I love it. Talking about values makes me wonder. Jerry, you and Kelly seem to have such a groove as a team. How does that even happen? Because I'm over here multitasking a million things as a single mom, and it's wild.
It's not magic, I promise. I mean, we basically treat parenting like a partnership. Kelly and I aren't perfect, but we are growing in this journey of parenthood. Kelly is an amazing mother and a helpful teammate. We communicate about everything: who's doing drop offs, meal plans, school stuff. And when conflicts come up, and they always do, we tackle them together.
Man, tag teaming sounds amazing. Not even gonna lie. But you've got to give me the tea. Does it ever get I did the last diaper kind of competitive?
Oh, absolutely. We've had the diaper debates, the whose turn is it to clean up the epic mess moments. It's all part of the deal. But honestly, what keeps us grounded is just remembering why we're doing it for the kids. It's less about keeping score and more about making sure Brianna and Cameron feel supported.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I gotta admit though, when you're solo, it can feel like every single thing falls on you. I've had nights where I'm like, if I don't pack these lunches, nobody's eating.
That's got to be tough. But you manage it, right? I mean, you make it work somehow.
Barely. But yeah, I figured out some hacks over the years. I use a lot of meal prepping, like Sunday is chop everything day. It's not glamorous, but it saves me so much time during the week. Oh, and I've got this little squad of single moms I lean on. We watch each other's kids whenever someone's drowning. Lifesaver, honestly.
That's incredible. I feel like support networks like that, whether it's family, friends, or even neighbors, they're game changers for any parent, single or not. But it's different, isn't it? Like there's still this stigma attached to being a single parent, as if you're supposed to have all the answers.
Oh, totally. People assume you're some sob story when really, you're just getting on with it. And those looks you get when you screw up? Oh no, the single mom forgot the birthday cupcakes. Again.
I can imagine. But those struggles, they show strength in ways people often overlook. Honestly, Bianca, it's inspiring hearing how you've turned challenges into strategies.
Thanks, Jerry. I mean, yeah, you figure it out because you have to. And hey, if there are any single parents listening, find your crew. I don't know what I'd do without mine.
That's such an important takeaway. Whether it's a spouse, a sibling, friends, having support makes navigating this whole parenting thing just a little bit easier. And for us dads, there's also this pressure uh, to prove we can parent solo or co parent without missing a beat.
For sure. But heads up, dads. Y'all deserve support too. Nobody's superhuman, all right?
Speaking of all those parenting challenges we juggle, there's one that's been really on my mind lately: screen time. It feels inescapable, right? Phones, tablets, laptops. It's like technology isn't just a tool anymore, it's this whole environment our kids are growing up in.
Oh, tell me about it. I've got 3 kids and one Wi Fi network. It's a constant battle, Jerry. You take one tablet away and suddenly they're like, but I need it for homework. Then they're on TikTok 2 minutes later, laughing their little heads off.
Exactly. And see, that's the challenge, right? It's not just about limiting screen time. It's about helping them understand what they're consuming. Like, are they learning something or just scrolling mindlessly?
Pfft, it's usually the latter. I caught my oldest trying to vlog her morning routine the other day. I'm sitting there like, you could just get ready faster if you weren't filming toothpaste.
Haha. Yeah, I think I've seen that one. But seriously, how do you even balance it? Like, Cameron begs for more gaming time, and part of me is like, sure, buddy, go for it. But then the other part of me wonders, am I teaching him to uh rely too much on it for entertainment?
I don't know, Jerry, I'm kind of winging it over here too. I mean, I've started doing these, I guess you could call them tech talks, where I sit down with my kids and we chat about what they're watching or playing. Like, hey, do you think that YouTuber's really living in a mansion? Or is it just good lighting? It's kind of fun, actually.
I like that. Keeps the conversation open. It's a good way to help them think critically about what they're seeing, because this digital stuff isn't just going away. In fact, it's redefining how we parent altogether, even how we handle discipline.
Oh, yeah. Like, is it even possible to ground a kid from the internet? I tried once, and my youngest was like, fine, I'll just read an ebook. I can't compete with that, Jerry.
Haha, that's clever. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Discipline used to be so straightforward. Now it's about teaching them how to self regulate in a world that's constantly competing for their attention.
Exactly. And it's not just about rules, it's about trust. Like, I'm trying to raise these little humans who'll know how to navigate all this craziness when I'm not helicoptering over their shoulders.
Well said, Bianca. At the end of the day, it's about giving them the tools to make their own choices, for better or worse. And I guess that starts with us guiding them while still showing them some grace along the way.
Yup, parenting's basically a leap of faith these days, sprinkled with a little Wi Fi password control.
Ha ha ha. Absolutely. And on that note, I think it's safe to say there's no single answer here. Just a lot of love, patience, and a few boundaries.
For sure. All right, parents out there, don't stress the small stuff. Just do your best and maybe hide the tablets every once in a while. Jerry, this was awesome. Thanks for all the dad wisdom.
Thanks, Bianca. And to everyone listening, take care of your kids. And hey, take care of yourselves too. See you next time.